Well, hello again everybody and welcome back to the van on a very wet and rainy Wednesday evening. Now I'm off in the van first thing tomorrow morning, but it's not really a holiday because we're going back to the UK camper for the van's annual service, habitation check and MOT. Nikki's been busy. She's emptied all the lockers. They said we didn't really have to completely empty them because I am staying in the van up there tomorrow night because it's going to take place over 2 days apparently. So yeah, a lot of work to do. I've also emptied pretty much everything out of the garage. So all I've got really is a few tea bags, a spare pair of pants and a little bit of water in the tank. And tomorrow morning I'll bung me toothbrush and stuff in and that'll be it. Travelling very light. Well, I've arrived at Camper UK. The van was booked in for 10:30 and it's about 10 to 10 now, so I think I've timed that about right. Well, that's all booked in now. I'm off for a wander around Lincoln. I think I might wander into the centre and have a look around the castle. Now, of course, it's very useful to be able to stay at the Camper UK site overnight, particularly if your service is going to take more than 1 day and you live some considerable distance away like I do. But it does leave you with the question what to do with your time whilst they're servicing your van. Unfortunately, Lincoln town centre is not really very far away at all. It's a relatively short walk, perhaps 20 minutes or so, and you're in amongst all the historic buildings in the centre of Lincoln, the cathedral and the castle and such. And what a magnificent cathedral it is. I couldn't go inside because actually today is the day that they have the graduation ceremony for the university, so very busy around Lincoln town centre. Not sure who's buried here, but I imagine someone very important in their day. A little bit hungry now. This place did me an absolutely fantastic breakfast. Right, I've come into the castle now. It is possible to walk round the castle walls, but you have to pay a little bit extra for that, and I'm quite mindful of expense with everything coming up. It's graduation day, as I mentioned earlier, and yeah, they're having a big ceremony and party in the castle grounds here. And just as I leave, all the graduates are going from their ceremony in the cathedral on to their little party in the castle. Fantastic stuff. I, however, am going to have a look around this wonderfully chaotic antique shop. Well, that was was an interesting day at Lincoln. I'm back at UK Camper now. I got back a little while ago and I just sat inside there reading my book until they'd finished working on the van for the day. They do need to finish off tomorrow, so I am staying here tonight and I'm pitched up in the car park of UK Camper. And it's turned into a little bit of a wet evening. Oh well, slight snag. They've provided me very kindly with an electric hookup lead, but the power doesn't actually seem to be on it. I've checked the trips and everything, but can't get any 240 volt power into the van from it. Yeah, no mains power light at all. So the plan was to get a microwave meal from Tesco's for dinner, but yeah, that's not going to work if I've not got any 240. So might pop there and see what else they've got, or takeaway could be an option. Righto, well either way I definitely need some milk for me tea, so let's pop off to Tesco. I've left the heating on gas on low because it is getting a little bit nippy, and I put the fridge on gas as well, so I've got somewhere to put me milk when I get back, and anything else I might buy at Tesco's, but no doubt they'll have to turn the gas off again to finish the servicing tomorrow, so I'm not going to buy too much that needs to go in the fridge. Well, I got myself Hong Kong sweet and sour chicken and egg fried rice for a shade over £8. I reckon that's a bargain. Now I did check out the reviews on Google before I went to that takeaway, and they were very good. I had lots of very good reviews, so I'm expecting great things of this. Well, it certainly looks good. Yep, that'll do, I reckon. Well, I had quite a nice relaxing sleep last night. Just had a quiet evening after me takeaway, read me book and such. And yeah, now I'm up just waiting for UK Camper to open, and then I'll go in and give them the keys so they can finish off the service. One thing that's come up is we're not entirely sure where the cam belt was last changed. The last record in the service book was 2017, so I think that probably ought to be done very soon as well. But they're going to check their system this morning and just see if it's been changed since then, but not noted in the book, because I don't think it's ever been serviced anywhere else other than here. Well, I've dropped the van keys back in with Camper UK, and I've walked just a short distance away through the industrial estate to Greetwell Hollow Nature Reserve, which is in an old abandoned quarry, so I'm going to have a little stroll around here, I think. Well, there is quite a lot of rubbish around, and also not an inconsiderable number of dog turds. But yeah, maybe it improves further in. I can hear birds singing, so that's nice. It is also quite muddy. Yeah, it's perhaps not the most charming place. Perhaps it improves as you get further from the entrance. Let's have a see what's up here. Yeah, it's actually a lot more pleasant now I'm further in. I'm quite enjoying it now. Well, I'm heading down into a bit of a hollow now. This could be the quarry itself, perhaps. A fairly pleasant little stream. Can't see any fish. I'm looking for the actual quarry workings. They're either very shallow, or perhaps they've been filled in. Oh, I'm definitely now in a cutting of some sort. Well, I wasn't quick enough to catch it on my camera, but I've just seen a fox scamper across the path ahead of me. Well, I seem to have reached the end of this little cutting type section. So far, this place isn't matching up to the pictures I saw online last night, which showed definite sort of stone quarry faces. I'm going to backtrack a little bit back down this cutting and see if I can find a different area which is more quarry-like. There's definitely been little deer come along here. See their footprints? So while I'm walking, I'll just fill you in on what UK Camper said about the cam belt. We looked up the records on their system, and yeah, definitely last changed in 2017. The van's probably done about 20,000 miles since it was changed, so it's definitely over the sort of recommended time interval. So I do think we need to get that done, because we don't want the cam belt failing. Obviously that's a big disaster. Now they've quoted me something in the region of £800 to do that. I think all the bill for the last couple of days is coming to over £800, and I think that's before VAT, so I'm probably looking at £1,000 or so bill today. So yeah, this is proving quite pricey at the moment, so I'm gonna have a bit of a think. I might get it done by a local garage, or I might book it in back here. I don't think it's something I want to attempt myself on this van, but I guess that's an option if we really can't proceed with anything else. But yeah, A, I haven't got the time, and B, possibly haven't got the confidence to do that on a new van like this, or newish as far as things that I own go. Obviously we paid a substantial amount of money for this motorhome, more than my first house cost me in fact, and yeah, way more than I've ever spent on any other vehicle. I think the most expensive other vehicle I've bought was probably a Ford Mondeo Estate I bought for £6,000 a good few years ago now. So yeah, the implications of getting anything wrong if I try to do it myself are potentially much more serious than if I muck up on a car or van or bike that I've just bought for a couple of thousand. So yeah, that's why I'm edging towards having it done by a garage. Yeah, it's just the cost, isn't it? Everything costs so much. I do like the folk at UK Camper. They do seem to look after you very well. I do have a local garage that I trust as well, who've looked after me very well in the past for various things. So yeah, we have options. Well, I've been chuntering away to you as I walk down these little paths. I'm totally lost now. I've absolutely no idea whereabouts we are. I'm just hoping we'll come to that quarry area soon. Well, I don't know, this doesn't seem to really match the pictures I saw either. Oh well. There's a large sort of concrete pad there, which may have been to do with the quarry workings, and some very substantial gates onto the road. I wonder if I've wandered into an area I'm not really supposed to be in. I wonder where this track goes. I can see a rabbit up there. Can you see him? There he is. I bet he'll run away as I approach. Oh, well, this area is looking a little bit more quarry-like. Ah, yes, there you go. This is definitely the old quarry part. I guess that's the quarry incline there. And yeah, it's quite spectacular, I suppose. It has its own charm. There's no benches or anywhere nice to sit and read my book though. So Now I'm going to have a little bit more of a look round. Yeah, by the look of it, I'd say it's a quarry face to not hang around at the base of for too long, really. There is quite a bit of crumbling going on. Well, that did turn out to be quite an amusing little diversion. I think I'm going to make my way back to UK Camper now, maybe take advantage of their free tea and coffee facilities and sit and read my book whilst they finish the work on the van. They did say they thought it'd only be 2 or 3 hours this morning, so yeah, with a bit of luck I might get away by lunchtime. I've got the van back. I think it's just gone 12 noon. All the servicing was successfully completed, no extra work found beyond the fact perhaps that it is due for a cam belt change about now. No problems with the habitation check, that was all good as well. Total bill was a shade over £805, so the £805 they quoted obviously included VAT, so that was a not entirely unpleasant surprise. That was a little bit less than I expected to pay. I did also ask them about the problem that we had with the fly screen quite some time ago. We've got this sort of baggy bit in it where the strings have snapped. Unfortunately that can't be repaired, so that would need a new fly screen, and I was quoted about £180 for that. Now that's not something we desperately need doing straight away. I'd like to keep the van tip top, but yeah, we've been hit with an awful lot of bills lately. So yeah, that one might have to wait a little bit, and I'll probably just get the part and fit that myself at some point. Anyhow, that's it for this video. The service, MOT and habitation check all complete for the year. Still got a little bit of expense to come by the sound of it, but it's all good. I'm going to head home now, and I'll see you again soon in the next video.